Hi, welcome to Versus, where we watch two TV shows so you don't have to. Today we have...
Versus.
A high-tech mini-computer's been stolen.
Yeah.
And it's going to be exported by the...
Diplomats.
The diplomats.
Yeah. With
diplomatic
what? Immunity.
They're going to export this thing, and no one can stop them apart from Bishop.
Yeah. Bishop. British Intelligence Secret Headquarters. Operation Priest?
Priest, yeah.
Priest. Operation Priest. Priests and bishops are different though, so I don't really know, like, did he go around and be like, I'm a bishop, and he'd be like, you're a fucking priest. And the Archbishop of Canterbury just said like, you fucking dick! Was this also a bit of an advert for Healy's automobiles? They mentioned Healy's a lot, and Austin Healy's is the kind of car.
Oh, is it a real thing?
Yeah, Austin Healy's the kind of car.
No, but Healy's built the computers though.
Well, Healy's built the computer for inside the car. So it was like, we got some smart fuckers over at Healy's. I bet Jerry Anderson got a car out of it, or something like that.
So a priest is basically a secret agent.
Yeah.
And
is he a priest though as well?
Yeah.
No,
because
so
he's a vicar. He does a priest. He does a priest thing at the end.
Is he understood?
The priest thing. He's mass. Sorry, he does mass.
He does do mass at the end. But is he like?
I've seen enough Father Ted, Mark.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
They're going to export this computer, and all of England's army and stuff cannot stop this bit because of diplomatic immunity. So the priest gets called up with his friend, his man
Matthew.
Matthew
the gardener.
He's the gardener. Yeah,
he's the gardener.
And they're set to get this thing back. So step one, they use the shrink rate in a Bible or in a book.
Yeah, shrink rate. Is it? God, it'd be weird if it
it's not a Bible, but it's the one of his.
Just in a book.
Yeah. So he shrinks the guy to like sort of to small boy size.
These are the notes.
This was the priest thing. I was a bit like,
this is an A4 piece of paper in his world.
Yeah, he's basically.
It's obviously puppet sized. That's why they've done it, so they can.
No,
use
I know,
to
but I
scale
just
stuff.
thought like it was a bit weird with the priest with the little boy. It's like, oh, I can turn anyone to a little boy.
Oh
so,
yes, that is so weird.
So then,
oh my god,
they put and he goes in a little suitcase.
Yeah, that suitcase was great.
They ended up. He basically goes to the airport and he ends up getting onto the plane before it takes off. It's got the mini computer, and he just climbs inside the engine, which would cook you. He's in like a rotor engine,
or you'd be frozen from the wind.
I know he's got a little space. He's got like a.
He does have a little spacesuit on,
And his plan is to.
That could have coolers in there though.
Yeah, he cuts some of the engines off. So
cuts two engines.
Yeah, so the plane's forced to land. I'll just quickly fly through the Babylon. Forced to land, then they're sat in a field, and the priest turns up in his little car, and he's like, "Give me that mini computer." They're like,
"We're not fucking shrink you."
Yeah, we're not going to do that. So he shrinks the ambassador of. It wasn't Germany. But it
seemed like Germany.
They shrink him down so he's a little boy size, and they're like, "We'll give you anything." Yeah. So the little boy man pushes the computer out of the thing.
That was so.
They bring him back to normal size. Police fucks off with his little boy man in the car.
Priest fucks off.
Priest fucks off. Sorry. But then the police turn up, and then suddenly the ambassador's got a gun. He's like, "Oh, it's not." It's like, why did he not use?
Why did you do any of that shit? Why didn't you do that on the priest? Yeah, but also, you missed a very large part of this where the priest was steaming to the airport and then gets stopped by the police.
Oh, and uses that crazy voice.
Yeah, what was that?
It was like
about?
Pig Latin, is it?
Yeah,
Pig Latin
it was like talkie-walkie.
Trying to confuse the policeman.
Yeah, it was, but I actually quite enjoyed that particular part.
That's the rotating engine bolt. You spell it E-I-N-G, hengy bolt.
Oh, I really liked it.
I thought it was really cool, but I mean,
the priest little boy thing
stopped being cool. It was like when the priest was.
It was a super English priest, like having a bit of a joke, and it was very like carry on music.
A leading man with like a bald comb over. Yeah, and I know that's really baldest, but it is just like I'm not behind this.
It was really odd because it shows the priest as a real man. Yeah, like looking out of a window.
Oh, that was weird.
And then he's a puppet for the rest of the show,
for the entire show. But the thing is, the whole time watching it, I was like, why are the big when they're big? Like, I can understand it if you put them in shrink weight, because Jerry Anderson, I like Jerry Anderson a lot. He basically wanted to get into real live action shit.
Yeah, and he thought he could impress people so much that they'd give him.
Well, he did. Like, I mean, like what he did with Thunderbirds was fucking pioneering. It was amazing stuff. So obviously, but then he wanted to get into that sort of like thing. So, but it feels like, why didn't he just do the whole when they're big instead of when they're shrunk down?
Yeah, because the puppet thing,
not puppets. Because they've got all the props, they use big planes, they use big fucking cars. Why are they using puppets at all when they're not shrunk down?
Yeah, they were very good puppets. Because first I thought this was before Thunderbird. I was like, God, these puppets look really good. Yeah. Like,
it's after Captain Scarlet when they used the small puppets. What if, like, do you know how they were like, the engines have failed, right?
Yeah,
What if that plane just crashed and killed everyone? And they were like, when they were doing all the wreckage of the body, they just found this little tiny tiny skeleton, and they were like, what the fuck's happening?
I feel like the British government should be using this shrink ray for more things.
Yes.
There's only one in the world, because basically at the end of the thing, he's doing his maths, and he's got the shrink ray book. He's like, this was by a dear old friend who sadly passed away, and when I ever read it, it's always like, lightens up my day. And then they sing a hymn. It's a very weird, it had like the they should have just done it a bit cooler because the priest bit was kind of very it was like a carry-on movie, just like, oh, I remember funny wheel car
with music.
Yeah.
It was very like jokey, and I kind of think, I don't know, I feel like that maybe after Thunderbirds and after Captain Scarlet, they sort of peaked and they did a lot of dark shit. But it was fucking weird when they're doing the chase scene.
Who's shooting at us?
He's shooting us, and he's just there like a little thing in the back.
Did he have a tiny gun?
No, yeah, he did have a tiny gun because he wouldn't be able to shoot the big gun. They shrunk the gun. They shrunk everything. Anyway, on to something else, which I watched Secret Service beforehand. Like
I'd never seen Secret Service, by the way, or anything to do with it before. That was completely new to me.
Yeah, well, good.
I was expecting like a black and white old. I thought it was the first thing for some reason.
But we went for so Secret Service. I was going into Secret Service thinking this is going to be fucking odd, and I wanted to watch it second because I thought Joe 90 would be a bit normal, and then we can go normal to odd. But actually, Joe 90 was fucking insane.
Right. I remember being at Granny and Grandad's house and Joe 90 being on TV, and all I could really remember was the kid had glasses and he's in the spinning ball and the music.
Yeah.
I had no memory of what it was about, and it was like a smart boy.
Well,
like
that's
it.
I thought it was some
but that was all I knew.
Right, relax, Joe. Relax.
I can't relax.
Relax. That would never be shown today. Just the fact that they gave that child a gun.
Well, a gun that fires over 200 rounds.
Yeah, 200
No, the basic premise is insane. Well, so a computer, a small boy, like Joe, obviously, he's like 9 and 10, they can implant someone's whole life experience and memories into his brain, which are actually held on with glasses. So if he loses the glasses, he just goes back to normal.
So if he freaks out and sees right...
They didn't even have straps on the glasses. They should have had straps on the glasses.
They get the memories of the Russian pilot.
No, but it's weirder before then.
No, okay, it's weirder before
his dad makes it.
Yeah.
Imagine having all your dad's memories in your brain.
This is me fucking your mum.
This is literally...
This is your point of conception.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, yeah.
There you go, Joe. Like, we're just going to give you all my memories. Maybe... So basically, they can take people's memories with, like, an antennae and then put it in this kid's head. So in this episode, they want to steal a MiG. So the guy's chatting about the MiGs. And they use a thing and steal his... Which, obviously, is massively unethical. Just taking someone's whole brain, essentially. And then firing into a
9-year-old boy.
Who can then... perfectly fire the best MiG in the world.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like, they don't know what that guy's been through.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy could have seen hundreds of other MiG
He could be a psychopath murderer.
Die. Yeah, but he could have literally, they could have put that thing into that kid's brain, and all of a sudden he's just seeing all his friends die.
He could just jump out the window. He could have essentially, like, little Joe.
Just like his glasses on, just like, couldn't throw the glasses off, he just had to kill himself. It's awful what you could have seen.
It was the weirdest. It was so weird. To me, their whole premise was embarrassment. So what they do is they go all the way to Russia.
It's sarcasm.
Yeah, sarcasm. They go all the way to Russia. It's like, we're going to steal this MiG, right? So I'll bring my little kid to like a show, like an aerodrome kind of place. We're showing off all these planes.
They're showing them off. They're being really secretive about them, but also being really fucking in your face about them as well. It was like right, you can't get any plans for this MiG or anything like that. But we're gonna fucking talk about it and do press conferences all the time, telling you about how fucking good it is.
No, but when he's at the actual show, when he steals it, and there's a guy with a gun just like doing the talk about this MiG, and then suddenly Joe's gone, and it's like, "Where's your son gone, Professor?" And it's like, "Oh, well, I think he's probably stealing your MiG and flying away." And everyone goes, "Ha ha ha! That's
that 9-year-old boy."
Then the MiG flies off with Joe in it. And then, well, obviously stuff happens then. But then later on, it's like, well, what happens to the MiG when they talk to the man who was guarding it?
So later on, like, because at this point, I was like, right, Joe's fucked off. How's the dad going to get home? At this point, I was thinking, the guy's got a gun on him. Like,
he's at least going to arrest
the MiG's
him.
gone, but he's fucked. But then it turns out that he can completely explain his way out of it, because he just goes to the general and goes, oh yeah, my 9-year-old son slipped past all of your security and stole the MiG. And the guy's like, yeah, you fucking idiot. Take that fucking guard away. So he's clearly
the guard says, like, it was a 9-year-old kid, and they laugh at him, embarrassment.
Or whatever they're called.
Yeah, but then at the end, it's like, so, where is your son then? And then he goes, he stole that MiG. And goodbye.
Yeah, bye. We don't need
no
to
more
explain
question.
This. Get on the plane.
Famously, Russia is like very light on the questions.
Yeah.
We're going to take you to the airport. We've got a limo waiting for you. Goodbye. So then Joe flies, and they send obviously more MiGs after that MiG, but he's got the best MiG. So he just kills everybody.
He's got the best MiG, and also he must be the best fighter pilot.
Yeah,
because he's fucking amazing. Like,
even though he's much smaller and his hands are stuff.
And how does he fucking hold it? Has he got anything like that?
So he kills the 3 MiGs behind him, and then the base is firing at me. By the way,
those missiles are in fucking attack formation,
just flying down.
Even though the missiles clearly hit me 5 seconds before and they did no damage. let's
the
go
whole
and
base.
destroy that whole base.
Yeah.
Listen, well, Joe, you're the expert.
Yeah.
Sure, well, Joe, if you think you should kill those millions of people, you're the expert.
Don't forget your
Giving
pistol.
a child.
Don't forget your pistol that can fire 200 shots without reloading.
You can kill 200 people. Yeah, fucking Christ. And he's like, oh yeah, and then when he's getting all the shit, he's like, thanks for my gun and my badge.
Yes.
And that other thing. And another thing, the radio, Joe. We gave you a fucking radio.
And then at the end, you find out.
Oh, what? That whole bit was fucking insane. It was like, it turned out, it was all just him explaining.
It was a pitch that because basically the government wants to use this brain technology for the good of the country. So they're trying to convince Joe's dad, use the little kid to attack things secretly. But that they're explaining to the dad, like, yeah, your kid's probably going to do this, and then he'll probably kill those people, and he'll probably do this, and I'll probably be arrested. You'll probably be arrested for a bit.
And then you'll just say, well, what, you think a 9-year-old did it, and you can get two people to go along with this twice.
And then they do a big montage of them arguing.
Oh my god, that was so weird.
Which is just like...
It was just pictures.
Pointing.
Pictures of like, hey Joe, and he's like, no,
What do you
thinks you're the
think?
better. It's like, well, if it was my son, he'd be there. Because he's not actually his son.
Oh, yeah.
That came out. That was like...
He's listening at the door.
Yeah, he's listening at the window. He's just like, fucking, like, that was really...
Anyway, Joe, looks like you're going to be used by the government to kill people.
Oh, can I do it, Dad?
Can I have a badge?
As long as you... Here you go, Joe. Yeah, it was insane.
It was completely insane. And their car reminded me of the blue cars from Captain Scarlet. But it was a little bit different.
The blue car was just supercar.
It was. I still haven't seen Supercar.
Oh, okay.
But have you seen it?
A little bit, yeah.
But the car that kind of floated a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Also,
just floated to the motorway and then just drove off. It's like...
Well, I thought it was really funny. It's like, it flew, and then it was like, then it landed, and it was like, London, 24 miles, and it's like, Dad, why didn't we just fly into London? Like, why did you fucking do that?
He just doesn't like country roads. He just avoids the country roads and gets straight onto the motorway, turns, and shoots off.
Kid sounded so much like young Boba Fett in Clone Wars. It was really annoying because he's like, oh, Dad. I don't know why he just sounded so much like him. He did all the same dialogue.
He was just stealing their thing, and he was in their air zone, and he was shooting everybody. Like, he was completely in the wrong.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Russians weren't going, we're going to kill people with this MiG. They were just like, we've invented this new MiG.
Yeah. But no,
it wasn't like stopping a grand plan.
But at the start, they were like, the reason why we need to do this is to achieve the balance of the world. Because they're too good. We need to steal the MiG, and then we'll restore the balance of war. And it was just like, where the fuck are you coming from, you weird
It just sounded... Yeah, exactly. It didn't... There was no one to root for. It was like...
Yeah, there was... Aside from Joe, obviously, because Joe clearly just was a child who wanted to go and murder people and play adventure games.
Yeah.
That was his
200 shots.
200 shots.
I want an episode just be called 200 shots, where he has to use it, he finally, like, runs out.
And it's like a counter at the top of how many shots
he's just killing innocent people with slightly different, like, political views, just like you.
Yeah, fuck you commie bastard.
Invent a good plane, will you? I'll fucking shoot you. And then bomb you all. That's all it was. Their plane's too good. We can invent brain transfusions.
Yeah, we could do that. We could probably the thing that I saw that was really stupid is like so probably next to that pilot was the guy who created the MiG or whatever.
Yeah.
Just turn the thing and just go right. Tell you what, Joe, build the rocket for us. Build the plane
just like
for
a
us.
TV aerial, just in an air vent above his head. Just like they could have scooped up everybody's brain matter. It was so weird.
It was very.
I kind of wish I'd watched it when I was a kid because to me it looked boring. Like as a kid, it was like, oh, a smart kid, that's boring. But it's like, oh no, he's an evil. He's like a video game character where you just like an avatar.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the whole brain gets loaded into him.
Yeah, I'd like to see Joe commit more murders and more crimes. And more war crimes. Mostly.
War crimes.
War crimes is what I want to see.
So in this episode of Versus,
the winner is
Joe 90.
Joe 90. Yeah, clearly. Thank you very much for watching.
Goodbye.
Joe, we must destroy the control center and the mastermind responsible. Zoom is ready.
I'll try, Uncle Sam.
We have less than 15 seconds to save London, and perhaps the world.
I found the hidden laboratory. Launch Lion's Mane Zoom immediately.
Well done, Joe.
Well done, Zoom.
Zoom. Only 6 months from Lion's Mane.